If you're a 49ers fan, this is one of those strange, electric moments where you don't quite know what to do with your emotions. Excitement, relief, a little bit of holy crap disbelief, and it all happens before you even realize the scoreboard matters to you. You flip on a game you normally wouldn't care about, maybe even one that makes you uneasy, and suddenly, every snap feels like it's deciding your season. That Seahawks-Rams game was exactly that kind of spectacle. Pure, messy drama that ended up reshaping the entire NFC picture, and the fallout is beautiful for one reason, because it puts the 49ers squarely in control of the #1 seed. Not by complicated tiebreakers, not by hoping other teams stumble, by winning their own games. Let that settle in. After a season full of injuries, doubt, and moments that felt like they could derail everything, the 49ers have a straight path to the top if they do the one thing they always can control: handle business on the field. It's okay to be hyped. It's okay to let yourself feel it. But don't confuse excitement with complacency. The opportunity is real, but it must be earned, snap by snap. Speaking of that Seahawks game, did you feel weird cheering for Seattle? Be honest. Did you actually celebrate? Or did you just sit there in disbelief knowing what it meant for the Niners? Drop that in the comments, because hearing how fans reacted in real time is wild. The game itself was cinematic. Sam Darnold getting roasted on social media after his interceptions, the narrative that he'd fold, and then the comeback that no one expected. You and I both know how easy it is to pile on a guy when Twitter starts cooking. But credit where it's due, Sam bounced back in a pressure situation and helped his team pull through a chaotic overtime. Moments like that matter because they shift momentum across the conference. They create windows of opportunity for teams like ours. And then you had the drama of the on-field swings. Stafford struggling at times, medical tents popping up, Puka going absolutely nuclear, JSN catching fire late, and that jaw-dropping finish where a former 49er converts the game-winning two-point attempt. It's almost comical. Guys we once cheered for wearing someone else's uniform, making the play that benefits us indirectly. The whole thing felt scripted in the best, most insane way, and it left the NFC wide open. Now, the consequence is simple. If the 49ers win their next three, the #1 seed is theirs. No scoreboard watching, no praying for other teams, just win, win, win. That clarity is intoxicating, but it also makes the next slate of games feel enormous. Which brings us to the hard part. Those 3 remaining games are not automatic wins. They're playoff-level challenges that demand full attention. The first is Indianapolis, and let me be frank, trap game is the nice way to describe it. The Colts are playing for their season, and desperate teams are dangerous. They'll bring energy, they'll be physical, and DeForest Buckner lining up against his old team adds an extra emotional subplot that'll make things even messier. Lose that game, and the hype evaporates overnight. So be honest with me. Is Indianapolis the matchup that makes you the most nervous? Yes or no? Say it in the chat or the comments. Then you have Chicago in prime time, a young, scrappy squad that wants national recognition, and primetime under the lights is exactly where they want to make a statement. That game could sneak up on you if you're not careful, especially coming off a tough road test in Indy. The reality is that each of these opponents has a case to be fired up and desperate. The margin for error is razor thin. So if you're locked into this and want daily, calm but real talk about what's coming next, make sure you're subscribed and notifications are on. We're pushing to 1,000 subscribers, and every new sub helps keep the coverage going as this stretch run gets wild. And if this episode is hitting the ooh-wee-ka right nerve, hit the like button too. It really helps get these breakdowns in front of more fans who want honest Niners talk. Now picture this. If the 49ers win those first two, Week 18 doesn't feel like a regular finale. It feels like destiny. Seattle at Levi's with everything on the line. That's the kind of night you'll talk about for years. It's got instant 2019 vibes, the rivalry, the stakes, the possibility that you get to play every playoff game at home. Levi's Stadium becomes a fortress in that case, a place where third downs roar and momentum shifts with every chant. Would this be the biggest regular season 49ers game since 2019? Tell me in the comments. Would you go no matter the cost if you could be there? Imagining the playoffs starting in Santa Clara is intoxicating because home field advantage is more than travel and crowd noise. It's about rhythm and the subtle edges that win playoff games. But again, none of that exists without the work between now and then. The story of this season is not that things were easy. It's that the team absorbed an unbelievable amount of adversity and kept finding ways to stay in contention. Injuries to stars, roster churn, moments where it felt like everything might collapse. Yet, this group adapted. That resilience is the foundation you want when you start talking championships, because hot teams that never get tested often flame out, while teams that fight through chaos learn to win ugly and win big. So believing now doesn't feel reckless. It feels earned. Still, earned belief is different from entitlement. If you want to see this team go deep, if you want to hear daily breakdowns and reaction through this run, help push us to 1,000 subscribers. Click subscribe and hit the bell so you won't miss a single update, and like the video to support the channel. I mean it. Every single sub counts right now. I also want to talk about the personalities because they color the whole narrative. Puka Nacua has been fantastic on the field, big plays, game-changing moments. But his social media footprint this week made headlines for all the wrong reasons. Tweet and delete moments, fraternizing with flashy streamers, family drama showing up in public. These aren't the headlines you want when you're trying to focus a team. But talent often comes with drama, and the hope is this guy locks in and keeps his head down when it matters, because his on-field production can take over games. Same with calls to hold guys accountable. Whether it's a veteran acting out or attention drifting, coaching culture will matter in the stretch. Guys like Nick Bosa and Fred Warner set the tone when they're around. When they're out, others have to step up, and we've seen that happen in fits and starts. Credit to the coaching staff for keeping the group focused, despite media noise and questions about players like Brandon Ayuk. Kyle Shanahan's message lately, "Let's focus on the Colts. Let's focus on the next play," feels exactly like the leadership the team needs. And yes, small side notes from the league. Old faces like Sam Darnold showing up in marquee moments, DeForest Buckner facing his former team, Eric Kendricks trending back toward the lineup. Those all add spice to the narrative, but nothing changes the core. Win your games. One more thing I want to press on is the emotional roller coaster fans have gone through this season. You've stuck around through the pain, the streaming changes, the roster turnover, and for the longtime followers who were here during rough patches, this feels extra sweet. If you've been here from day one, you know how much these moments mean. If you're newer, welcome to the ride. Either way, this stretch is the kind of thing that builds lifelong memories. Does this feel like a special season to you? One you'll remember regardless of the final outcome? Drop that in the comments. I want to see how many people feel the same way. As we wrap this up, remember, the path ahead is clear, but brutal. 3 games that decide home field advantage. 3 games that determine whether this chapter of 49ers history turns into something truly memorable. It's not about panic. It's about focus. It's not about hype. It's about doing the little things right, controlling the line of scrimmage, winning third downs, taking care of the football, and making the necessary plays at the right time. If they do that, Levi's Stadium could become the stage where the Super Bowl run starts. If they don't, you'll look back at this moment and wonder what might have been. Either way, I want to hear your takes. How did you react to the Seahawks game? Who worries you the most in the next 3? And would you travel to Levi's for a Week 18 showdown? Hit the comments, hit like, and if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on notifications so we can ride this stretch together. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers so we can keep bringing the breakdowns and live reactions you actually want. I'm locked in, I'm excited, and I'm ready for every second of this run. Go Niners!